Look at this and at this. I mean, vanishes look truly so magical. Sometimes you can't even believe your eyes. And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at in this video. 7 different ways in which you can vanish playing cards right at your fingertips instantly. Hey guys, my name is Biz and welcome to the 7 ways how to vanish a playing card. Today we're going to be looking at 7 different methods how this can be accomplished. I think you guys are going to dig this, so take your favorite deck of playing cards and let's get it started. Welcome to the 7 ways how to vanish a playing card. I said that title twice, I don't know why. This is the new studio, as you can see, and I'm very excited about it, so let's get it going. So before we get it started, I just want to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Drop me a comment. I like going through the comments, makes me happy, makes me tip the hat. And now that we got that out of the way, let's get it started and head out to the 7 ways to vanish a playing card. The 7 ways! Let's get it going. Here's the first method in the 7 ways to vanish a playing card. This is something that I've actually covered as a color change in the 7 levels of color changes, and it looks like this. The method is completely the same, but this time, instead of actually, making a color change, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a card and we're gonna make it vanish just like that. This is actually a technique used in sandwich tricks. So for example, if you would have, let's say, look, the 2 7s, just like this, and then you'd say the 2 7s are off to find your playing card. You can see that one of them vanishes, and then the last one, and usually here people either do a Herman pass like that, and then they reveal that they've actually found their selection, or they make a Cardini change. It's up to each one of them. If you've never seen this, then you're definitely learning now a vanish and a trick at the same time. So the way that you do this is, after you have a card face up, what you're going to do is you're going to push the top 3 cards, pull them back, and in that motion you're going to have a pinky break beneath. You're going to grip all of those 3 cards, pull back just the top card, place all of these down over here, and then you're going to push the double, because you have 2 playing cards here. You're going to push the double forward, and then using these 2 fingers, you're going to pull the top card back. Now your left fingers are actually holding very slightly on the sides of the deck. This makes it, so that the card doesn't actually come back like this. It keeps it there, and then you can pull this one back. And you have yourself a vanish. Now, if you want to use this inside of a trick, what you need to do is control the spectator's card to the top of the deck and get a pinky break beneath it. Then you're going to place the 2 7s or any other pair on top of the deck, grip the triple, pull back the first 7, and now you're going to have their selection over here. You're going to execute the vanish, and then for the second card, what you can do is you can just cut it in the middle of the deck. If you want to be boring about it, or I'm not saying that cutting the deck is boring. For me, it's boring. It's completely subjective. You can do a Herman pass. You can learn a Herman pass on Big Blind Media or anywhere else. Or you can do a Cardini, but then you're going to have this on the bottom, and you're going to still have to do a nice cut afterwards. You can do a classic pass like this. So it's up to each one of us somehow to make this one card vanish. I know we are actually in the 7 ways to vanish a playing card. So what we could do is we can bottom palm the bottom card and make that one vanish as well. But then again, you haven't learned this one because this one is actually later in the video. I know some of these explanations might get out of hand, but that's because I'm getting enthusiastic at the prospect of you guys playing around with this at this exact moment. So this is called the push-pull vanish, and you can find it as a color change as well in the 7 levels of color changes. And yeah, that was the intro, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're already practicing, and let's move on to the second method. A study shows that the card that the spectator thinks that is least named by anybody is actually the 6 of hearts, 6 of clubs, 6 of spades, so on. But in reality, statistics show that the card that is least named is actually the 9 of spades, any 9s actually. So we're going to be using for this method to vanish a playing card, the 9 of spades. Now, as you've seen, this one is quite a funny one. You just wave your hand and the card vanishes like that. I actually like it for the fact that, you know, besides the fact that it's silly, it actually looks very, very nice. And you're in great position to actually show the hand and not see anything at the same time. You can make it appear like that after you vanish it, or you can make it pass through the hand. These are all productions that I've covered in the 7 ways to produce a playing card out of thin air. And if you want to see that, we actually published this one last week. So, as you can see, this one is very nice to vanish a playing card and to make a card appear. But I love it for vanishing a playing card. It's a great visual for social media and also for real life as well. Everything that you're doing is you're placing your pinky finger on your left hand tucked in like this with the nail touching the face of the playing card. And because the nail is kind of smooth, you can glide this card on the nail. So there's no friction between the nail and the face of the playing card. So what's happening is I'm holding the card here, I'm placing the finger underneath the card, and then I'm hitting, as you can see, the card with the palm of my right hand, and at the same time I am gliding it on the nail, just like that. So from over here, you can see that the card has completely vanished. One thing that you have to take into consideration is how you vanish it. So don't vanish it too like this, and don't vanish it too much in the back because people are going to be able to see it over there. If they're from the top down, if they're in front of you, that might actually be a much better take on it, because sometimes I thought that people won't be able to see this because I can't see it from the top down, but from the front, no, they might actually have seen nothing. They were just trolling me, most likely. It's invisible. This vanish is completely invisible. And what I do after vanishing it is I extend my finger over here for a split second so that the spectator can see, and my finger is still curled a little bit. Then I turn my hand. Here's how I do it. I turn my hand always with the knuckles. So I'm contacting with the knuckles and I'm gliding it on the knuckles because the knuckles are very smooth and there's not going to be a lot of friction. And over here as well, I'm going on these 4 knuckles. So I can show the back of the hand. I turn, I go on the nails. Everything that I do with the card is touching with the nails. And over here, if you want to show the right hand, you're going to place the card into a cup palm. This is how it's called, a cup palm. Over here, and I'm going to turn my hand and show the spectator that there's nothing over here, or the camera. When I come back, I place the hand back on top of the card, and my pinky is going to go underneath so that I can glide again on the nail. From this position, you can come to the left, drop the card. The card will drop naturally because it's not on the nail anymore, and you can make the card appear, or you can make it drop and at the same time turn your hand and push with your fingers. Like I said, this is something that you can see in the 7 ways of producing a card from thin air. And if you want more instructions, you can go there. But that was it, guys. This was the second method in the 7 ways of vanishing a playing card. I hope you guys are going to have fun with that. It works wonders on kids because it really looks like it vanishes instantly and then it appears. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and let's move on. The Erdnase Vanish, one of the classics of the Erdnase Vanish, one of the classics of card magic that you'll see everybody after 2010 or 12 or 11 do, and I think it's definitely one that is beautiful. You know, you can move it over here, and then you can go like that. And then you can make it slowly vanish just like this. I think it's got a beautiful aesthetic to it. And I think it was Daniel Madison that first popularized this. So shout out to Daniel Madison. Kind of OG, legend. Love everything that he's ever done. And he's an amazing sleight of hand artist. Definitely check out his material. Now all you need to do is place one card in this position. And then you're going to use your palm to drag this card from underneath. Move it over here, and then once you're over here, you're going to tilt your hand so that it covers the bottom part of the card. then you're going to do absolutely nothing. You're going to keep going forward until you cover the front. Once you cover the front, you're going to come with your index and quickly push that thing in. You can even pause for a second there so that people can actually realize that the card is vanishing, and then push it in and keep going forward. Okay? Make sure that you don't put the card too high so that you can't reach with your finger. In case you want to test if this is happening, always reach with your index, and then if the card is too high, push it a little bit inwards, just like this. And do not keep your finger over here, because it's a tell. You know, people are gonna be able to tell that you're doing something. Or even better, if you want to keep your finger there, you pull off this card, you go, right? You're over here, the finger is here, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna push the card and come back in the same position, so that when you vanish the card, it actually looks that the card has vanished in that position. And from that point on, these are all tools that I'm showing you, but definitely you're gonna have to do something with that card from that position. You can place it in the middle, you can steal it and produce it like what I like to do over here, just like that, you know, or you can steal it and place it in the center. It's up to you. So definitely have a lot of fun with the Vanish if you've never seen it. And let's move on. This was the third method in the 7 ways to vanish a playing card. Just a small break over here, guys, before we can actually keep going. We're actually a company, we're a magic company, a magic shop. We're called Big Blind Media, and we're actually able to do these free series together with other free series that we have, like the Magic Academy. If you're subscribed to our newsletter, you know about that. The newsletter that we send off every Friday with new and nice content from around the world, and this YouTube series that we're putting together. All of these are possible because of our magic shop. And we have so many nice and exclusive things on bigblindmedia.com. So if you're a magician and you've not heard of us, then definitely head on to the website bigblindmedia.com, where you can find the material that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else in the world. We have an amazing selection of wallets, of props, of gimmicks, of downloads for card magicians, for coin magicians, for mentalists, you name it. bigblindmedia.com. And if you want to get a discount on your first purchase, just go into the description. You're going to find a discount coupon right there. If you like palming, then this one is definitely for you. I named it as the bottom palm vanish, because we're going to look at palming a card from the bottom and then vanishing it over here. But in reality, it can be done from any palm. So for example, if you want, you can have the card over here and take the card from underneath and do this and then vanish it. You can just have the card in palm already. But what I do want to share with you, if you already know this vanish, is a nice subtlety which I'm going to explain to you in a second. So the first thing that you're going to do is turn the card face up. You're going to grip the deck from underneath. Let's actually get some helping tools over here. Let me show you guys what's happening underneath. So imagine that these are the playing cards, and I'm actually going to push this card using my index finger. Notice what's happening is the card is swinging towards the right because my index finger is pressing on this corner of the playing card, and my pinky finger being at the corner of the deck, that card is actually swinging with the help of my pinky and index. From this position, since we're already almost in a full classic palm, my hand is going to come on top and it's going to flex so that I can steal that playing card. So we're over here, I push to the left, the card is contacting my pinky and the palm over here. Then I'm going to close in my hand, and by closing in, this corner of the card is actually touching the base of my thumb. And from that position, I can actually flex my pinky finger so that I can retain that playing card in palm. From there, I'm just going to come and place it on top of the deck and execute the vanish. These are some really nice plexiglass that my brother printed. Shout out to my brother. Thank you very much for printing these. So good for explaining things under the deck. So we're in that position, we push the card, we steal it over here, then we prepare to take it, and then it just vanishes. Now here's the subtlety that I was talking about. There's a palm that I taught in the 7 levels of card palming, which you can learn here on Big Blind Media's YouTube, which is from this position. It's actually a modified Vernon palm. So you lift the card like this, and what's nice about this is if you have a card in palm and you lift the card, you can come from above, drop this one and that one on top of the deck, and it will look as if you actually palm the card in that position, because your hand is covering that face-up card, and by covering it and having the card over there, it really looks like the card is in your palm. So when you reveal to the spectator that it's not, that's really nice vanish, especially for magicians as well. So I hope you guys have fun with the palm vanish. This was the fourth method in the 7 ways of palming. 7 ways of vanishing a playing card. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's move on. So here is a vanish that I have created back in, I think it was 2014. And the basis for it, let me show you what happens from an exposed point of view. This is what you're actually doing. As you're closing your hands, you're popping the card into your lap. Now this is definitely something that you can do in real life if your hands are closer, like over here, and then you come over there and you're popping the card in your lap. Or if you want to do it on video, further away from the side of the table, which makes it more credible, then you're going to have to take a couple of shots before you actually do it. Now, the way that you pop the card is by placing it in exactly classic palm and applying pressure with your pinky. At some point, due to too much pressure, that card is going to pop out, just like that. See? Over here, and then I pop, and the card pops out. Now, I do notice that what I'm actually doing is, instead of just pushing with my pinky inside and nothing happening, I am actually applying pressure downwards, like this. So the pressure isn't necessarily going towards there, but actually going down as well. So it's going down and at the same time going forward. So it's not just closing in like this, but rather applying down from over here and then at the same time going towards the thumb. And the thumb is allowing the card to slip out by extending. This is much easier done when the hand is actually facing down, because due to the gravity, the card is going to pop out much easier. And once you have this, you're going to have to time it so that when you're closing in your palms over here, your hand is actually pointing towards your lap, and then you can actually palm the card in that direction. Notice that sometimes I might actually use both my fingers because I want the pop to be much more powerful. And then I can close my hands, clap, and the card has vanished. This one is going to take a couple of minutes, to get the hang of it. But once you realize how to pop that playing card like that using your fingers, then you're going to be able to time the perfect pop for the perfect shot. That was it, guys. The 5th method for how to vanish a playing card. That was it. How to vanish a playing card. Boom. The Marlo Vanish is actually one of my favorite ways to vanish a playing card. I've been doing it ever since I was, I think, 15 or 16. And it definitely is one that everybody should learn. The way that we do it is by using something like a method from the Kelly bottom placement. And you do this by holding the deck in middle grip position. And then all 3 fingers that are on the top side of the deck are curling in, are pulling the card towards the right side, because this is the right side. And then the index finger, the pinky finger and ring finger are going on the side of the deck. And this is actually going to extend the card like this. So notice that I can pull the card on the side of the deck, and that's what's extending it. So you have to get used to doing that. Gripping, index finger curled over here. I am applying pressure at the same time as I am pulling on this, because if I'm not applying pressure, then the deck is going to go in the palm, and that's not what you want. So you're keeping that over there. You're pulling the card, and then you're going to have this space over here where you can use just to scoop up a playing card. So notice that I am bending this inwardly so that I can just scoop the card up like that. And when you're doing it at speed, the card is actually going inside. Now, obviously, I'm not holding the card in this position, but I'm just showing you what's going to happen because the gap is actually this small. So just this small over here, I'm holding it, and notice that I'm instantly taking the card in that position. So over here, I grip it, and as soon as I know that I have gripped it, my hand is going to flex inwards so that I can actually trap the card in that position. Most of the time, when you're going to vanish it, you're going to want to you're going to want to put it flush with the whole deck. But sometimes you might actually get one of these where the card is actually side jogged to the right. It doesn't matter because your hand is going to cover all of that. And from underneath, you can come with the left hand and square all of that up and show that the card has vanished. The way that I practice this is by having a couple of cards, and then I will go over each one. Notice that I bend this one inwards. I take the card, I vanish the first one, I clip it in, I hold the card, I extend it, I take the second one, I reposition my thumb so that I can grab that one as well, and I take the last one as well. I come with my right hand and I am going to square all of that up and show that all of the cards have actually vanished. And then I can just do a Herman pass and show that they've all went in the center of the deck. Now, if you're an experienced sleight of hand artist, you can actually make the card go in the center of the deck by holding a break and having an in jog somewhere in the center. And by just scooping that card in that position, you can get the card instantly in the center of the deck without having to do a Herman pass. This is just an idea for those move monkeys out there watching this video and wanting to get a new idea. So yeah, guys, there you go. That was the 6th method for how to vanish a playing card, from the 7 ways how to vanish a playing card. I hope you guys have fun with that. Credit to Marlo for creating such a badass move. And let's get going. Here is a vanish that you're going to really enjoy performing. You're going to take the playing card, you're going to place it in the palm, and you're going to make it look as if this is what you're doing and then vanishing it. Notice that the position of the hands would be here, but I'm putting it here so you can see what's happening. So I show the hand, I come over here, and from this point, I'm actually going to reposition the card over here so that I can palm it in the palm of my hand. But the spectator thinks that the card is over there. So now I pretend to grab it over there and then just make it vanish like that. Now you have to keep your hand as natural as possible, because what you want to do over there is then to make it appear, because you're not going to want to just stay in that position. You might want to take something from the air and then make it appear like that. But the most important part is making people believe. You can come here. I like to do it once, and then I say, okay, actually we have to do it with the front, so that people already get the idea that you're placing it in palm, and then they are expecting this to happen. So I turn the card, I place it in palm, I move the card inwards, just like this. I clip it over here. From the point of view of the spectator, they're not going to be able to see the card because it's blocked by my entire hand over here. I hold here, and then I come in the same position. Notice that both hands are in the same position, because I want to mimic this exact point, this exact position of my right hand, because I cannot extend my hand completely. So in order to make this hand look natural, I'm going to make this left hand look exactly the same. I go like this, and then if you want, you can even try and put it back in the same way, but it just, from my point of view, it doesn't really look the same way. It just looks like that, you know, but you grab it, you go like that, and you make it appear, and I think it's going to look amazing. So this one is kind of short, but I feel it definitely is much more angly, and as thus much more difficult. But definitely, there's very few vanishes that happen right here in front of the spectator's eyes. As such, I wanted to give you one. Well, that one completely went to the floor. I wanted to give you one that you can do right in front of them. So you put it there, you go here, you make it vanish, and then you grab it again and you make it appear. And there you go, guys. That's the last vanish from the 7 ways to vanish a playing card. So that was it, guys. Oh my god, I almost pulled it off. That was it. That was the 7 ways how to vanish a playing card. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. We're going to be doing this every Friday until the end of the year, just to see how it goes, how people are interacting with it, you know, if it's garnering views and attention and people are actually enjoying the series. So if you're enjoying the series, let us know, because it's probably what's gonna push us to keep doing this after New Year's. My name is Biz. You can find me on Instagram at namesbiz, where you can ask me about anything that I'm teaching over here, or you can contact me at bigblindmedia.com or at Big Blind Media's Instagram, or right here in the comment section below, where I'm going to reply to everything that you say. If you have a riddle for me, drop it down, because I'm very good at riddles and I can reply to that as well. And if you have been searching for a contest inside of this video, it's hidden in a different way this time. What am I talking about? I don't know. So if you like puzzles, I made this one a little bit more tricky. So yeah, if you want a free download, then you have to realize how I have hidden the puzzle in the video, and then email me. My email is in the description, and you guys can just email me with anything, actually, not with just that. So thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have a bunch of other videos that you probably have not seen, or you have seen. Check those on our YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys next week. Let's try it again. Almost.